Coverage now from our Bills NFL Nation reporter Mike Rodak. A.J. McCarron, the Bills' presumptive starter unless they draft a quarterback, said he is not concerned with the bridge quarterback label often applied to him. And also now out in Green Bay from the Green Bay Press-Gazette's Ryan Wood. Aaron Rodgers on a potential extension. There is interest on both sides in getting something done. They've obviously made a number of statements over the offseason, but my focus is here. The expectation, of course, is that the Packers and Aaron Rodgers will get an extension worked out. It is interesting, though, there were some rumblings that he wasn't thrilled with the departure of Jordy Nelson, that he wasn't consulted, and also with the Packers quarterbacks coach, that both of those moves happened without his input. However, I just don't see a way this doesn't get done, Jeff. I mean, there's always a way, but...
Nor do I, but I would be very interested to see if this recent trend set really by Tom Brady of taking less money so that the team can put together more players starts to diminish a little bit, where quarterbacks start to say, if I'm not going to have input on the guys that come in here,
right,
I'm not going to be giving up the money that I could have in my pocket, especially in an era when you can figure it out with cash over cap. So we'll see what he does. Does he give the Packers a discount, or does he go after the money when he sees guys like Jimmy Garoppolo and Kirk Cousins getting paid despite not doing nearly what he has done?
Guaranteed.
Well,
yes.
Yeah, I mean, and that changed the landscape when that contract was fully guaranteed. And I mean, if he does go after the money, he will set the market. There's simply no arguing that. I mean, that's the way it works.
Good question.
Yeah.
You know, what do you see, or how do you see, Jeff, this playing out?
Well, I mean, I think as he's looking at it, he's going to be a Packer. I mean, there's no way around that. They're not going to let him go. With McCarthy, I think he sits down with McCarthy, and ultimately they come to hey, listen, we need to have some more conversations. I don't want to be caught off guard with who's leaving and coming in the building. Even if you don't get a say, at least being, you know, at least knowing beforehand goes a long way to kind of settling some of those issues where a guy can go have a conversation with another guy before it actually goes down. I think that would go a long way.
Rob Demovsky, our Packers reporter, is in Green Bay. He was there when Aaron Rodgers spoke a little bit ago. What more can you tell us, Rob?
Well, Wendy, Jeff is exactly right. Rodgers knows he's probably not going to get a say, but to be told and be in the loop is probably the biggest thing. He said, look, I know I'm going to be a Packer for life. There's mutual interest on both sides to get this contract done. He never used the words frustration or upset about things that have gone on. But if you think about all the changes, Wendy, that have gone on in the organization since the end of the season, a new general manager, a new defensive coordinator, Mike McCarthy, the coach, now reporting to team president Mark Murphy, who said he wanted to improve the lines of communications, that there were silos. That was the word that Murphy used, silos in the organization, in the building, to where there wasn't a great communication. I think that's what this all comes down to. Rodgers is here. He's working out with the team like he always has. He's confident a deal will get done. He's confident the team will do the right deal. So while there may be frustration, with how things have gone down, I think Jeff Saturday put it just beautifully here on the show that just keeping him in the loop is probably the way to go.
Rob, thank you. Makes a lot of sense. It never hurts to err on over communication.
I was hoping he meant me, by the way, when you said Jeff is right.
Listen, maybe, but
50-50 shot.
There you go.
I think it was the other one. Listen, we've got a special tonight as we get ready for the NFL draft. You've got Mel and Todd. It's a SportsCenter special where we will take questions regarding to next week's NFL draft, but we're going to give you two a chance to ask Todd. Since you're here now, and maybe you didn't send us your question, so you can just ask.
I'm going to ask this. With Roethlisberger and all the conversation about him retiring, how soon do the Steelers address their quarterback?
Good question.
It could be in the first round, but if you look where they're picking, though, it's at 28 overall, I believe. The only quarterback who has a chance of being available at that point would be Lamar Jackson in the first round, unless they were going for a Mason Rudolph, let's say, coming out of Oklahoma State. So I think probably more likely in the second, third round than the first, because they still have needs at a lot of other places, including now inside linebacker.
I'm going to go with Mel. I'd like to ask Mel a question with all due respect, Todd.
Okay,
I think Mel would be able to tell me which player near the top of the draft, Mel, do you think could suffer a draft day slide?
Jeff, if you look at the quarterbacks, let's go to them. Because of them, some players are going to slide. But Baker Mayfield, he was viewed as number one overall. Some people say if they were picking number one, they would take Baker Mayfield. You guys were talking about where Baker Mayfield could go. His coaches want him. Where do his teams actually write that name on that card? And where does he go? Does he get to Miami at 11 without them having to deal up? Does he go somewhere in that 5 to 6 range? I think he's going to be the wild card. I think because of the quarterback, I think Connor Williams, the offensive tackle from Texas, not in the top 10 to 15, but somewhere late one, early.
We got it. See you at 10 tonight.